Hello and welcome to a Goals Eye View slash preview episode because who can speak for 6 minutes about last night? So I'm joined by Elliot.
Hello.
0-0 draw last night. What are your thoughts, Elliot, on the game?
It definitely wasn't a classic, was it?
No.
Boreham Wood, I've never liked playing Boreham Wood.
No.
It was just defence versus defence, it felt like. They played very well at the back. We put Asa in a sort of back five, back three.
Yeah.
And it was just more of a stalemate than anything else, more a point game than 2 points lost.
Of course, and at this stage of the season, I know we need to win, especially with Barnet, but it was a good point. Like, I can't fault any of our players last night, really, especially for effort. I thought they were really good. I'm running for the team. Sean McDonald, man of the match on his 100th Torquay appearance. Well done, Sean. You've improved a lot as you've gone on. He was, apart from that one he almost spilled in, he caught every cross.
Yeah, nearly threw into his own goal.
But he caught every cross perfectly, and I thought it was really good. I mean, the back 4, 5, or it's 5 was like excellent defensively, but I don't know. You can see why Boreham Wood are where they are. Like the fact they've only conceded 17 goals in 26 games.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
As you said previously, best points per game in the league as well. They know how to grind out a result.
Yeah.
I think we've been in the position a lot of times in the last couple of seasons, especially last season, where we've been the other way around. We've been looking to go get the 3 points. Last night in that second half, Johnson was happy with that point.
Yeah,
and I think that was reflected on not bringing any players on until the very late stages of the game.
We're still in a decent run. I know it's not the run needed to get into the playoffs, but we're still in a decent run. I'd say we're a lower tier playoff team / slightly outside playoff standard team, which I know, as we've said every week, we need to be like a title team basically. Plus, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. It was a good point. I thought outfield players that stood out. Duke McKenna gave it his all.
I think he's just been class since he's come in. He was probably arguably the best defensive player as well as the best attacking player. He got back and he just got stuck in.
He's had a very good career.
Absolutely. And I think it's going to be frustrating if obviously we're not going to keep hold of him because at QPR. But, it'd be nice to see him as much as possible whilst we still have him.
No, I agree. And I thought Danny Wright, you know what you're going to get from Danny Wright. I thought he worked really hard last night. I thought even though he didn't score, his hold-up play was pretty good from when we had it. But the rest, we missed Armani Little in midfield. Of course we did. You could still miss Asa Hall because he's in defence in midfield. Yeah. But it was very slow in defence. I don't know. It feels like at times we just miss that cutting edge in the final third.
Absolutely.
Just if it's not going to come from Danny Wright, I'm not too sure. I know he hasn't been perfect this season. So it's one of those things where it's like, that Martin chance when he just could have had a shot. He tried to pass it through and it's not getting key players on the ball really enough. But that being said, it was a good point. I mean, Boreham Wood, their time wasted a lot. I was a bit disappointed by them. I thought, they've got a chance to win the league, even though they've got 3 games now on Stockport. Looking at it now and they're 8 points off. But I think Stockport are going to win it. They should be trying to win that game more than draw.
Yeah, absolutely. But they had that game plan out, didn't they?
Yeah.
It's a cold night in Torquay. It's going to be a difficult game, whatever team you're playing against, especially against a team that's been in a bit of form as we have been.
Yeah.
But I was more surprised from Johnson not going for those 3 points at the end.
Yeah.
Maybe lack of ambition more than anything, not to maybe think, we can nick a win here. He would want us to get 3 points,
course,
but
I think,
arguably setting up, we didn't look like we were gonna achieve that.
No, I mean, it didn't feel like as big. I think, it's kind of like that's a point, and hopefully we get some results off Wealdstone at the weekend. We move on to that now, Wealdstone. They lost at Solihull last night. A bit of ex-Torquay for you. Mark Ellis got sent off bringing down Josh O'Meara, I read on their Twitter. They are sat in 18th place and they're looking pretty good to stay up. So, pressure's off them a bit. It'll be a tough game. We've got Josh O'Meara. What are your thoughts going into that game?
I think it's going to be a very difficult game, actually. Yeah. Not that any game in this division's easy, but a team that's obviously not fighting for their lives, but they have to stay up, really. A team that's been promoted from the south recently in the last 2 or 3 years.
In decent for a bottom team as well.
Exactly. They've not done badly, and they need that momentum to keep pushing, going forward, staying in the National League for years to come.
I agree.
So I think it'll be a difficult game, obviously away from home, so never nice.
No,
I definitely will be making the trip up, so hopefully there'll be some Torquay fans up there.
But it will be another big test. We have to win it if we want to keep aiming for playoffs and all stuff like that. No, what else can you say, really? Anything we want to add?
Armani Little.
No, I don't think he'll be back.
No, Armani Little. I think it'll be unlikely to see Asa Hall playing in a back three, back five again. I think he'll be pushed onto midfield, or he won't start at all. Well, I think he probably will start because Little's absence.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it'll be a different formation, a little bit more attacking. Maybe even
yeah.
Yeah, we'll see if Wright's still fit. Obviously, I know he's just played close to 90 minutes last night, so it'll be interesting to see whether he'll keep him on for Saturday. I would like to think so.
Yeah, I
wouldn't be opposed to seeing Lolos or Holman play either.
No, so let's look at the table. We play Bromley as the next home game, who are 7th. They played 28 games, 51 points. We played 29, we've got 42. So, already we're really looking against it now, of course. I think for me, the Barnet game was the big one for me. I kind of felt like that's when the dream kind of died. I'm not going to sit and criticize everyone really, but I don't know. I feel like if it's mental, does 2 points make a difference? Because if we're won and we got a point last night, it's been like, hey, we're on our way still and all that stuff. And just that drop of 2 points, I don't know. But I can never rule Gary Johnson's team out. I just don't quite think we have enough to get the points we need. But yeah,
unfortunately not. I think we all thought about it about a month ago. Maybe the dream's still on. We had that little crazy run.
I think when we had Sinclair Armstrong and Sparks on loan for a month, I think that's when we looked, this could be really good. Since they've gone back, we just look a decent top half team again, in my eyes, in my opinion.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. It's half decent standards, but it's not what we needed.
Not at all. And I think maybe was the plan if obviously the plan was to get promoted, we all know that, and we all know the game we don't want to speak of. But the FFP rules are coming into play next year in the National League. Is Johnson building? Obviously, he's brought a lot of these academy players that have just left academies in, like Dan Mine, like your Ali Omars, to come in, improve for one season and then push on for promotion like the next. When we got players like Carl Cameron in, he wasn't the finished product when we just got promoted into the National League. It took him another season to really look like we were going to go for promotion. So hopefully that's the plan.
I agree with you, man. If Johnson, I don't see why he wouldn't leave, to be honest. I would leave, sorry. To be fair, like if you retire, what do you do? He's a football manager. He loves it. As long as he's, his health's all right for it, then he'll love it. So I don't feel really, I agree with you. Going to next season, try and keep as many of the good players as possible. We do need a rebuild. We do need a lot of really key players in. But you're right, the FFP will come in. And I mean, I know Wrexham won at Chesterfield last night, but you look at those teams, more of Stockport. I reckon Stockport win the league. I said that since day one. Also now we've got Chandler, have been superb. Chesterfield out form, sadly with Shishingma for them. Halifax have gone off the ball, but there's going to be teams not counting get affected by it next year. So I think
absolutely. Well, we'll see. I'd like to see, if I'm being completely honest, I'd like to see someone like Wrexham go up. Not because I like Wrexham's side, absolutely dislike them, but just to take them out of the division.
I want Stockport and Wrexham to go up. Honestly,
absolutely, your big boys to go up now. So next season, when we try and go for promotion, it's a little bit easier for us.
No, I do go. Well, cheers, Elliot. Cheers for joining me. I hope
it's been a pleasure.
Hopefully we never have a game as boring to talk about again, and then we'll move on.